I had no idea why I had to go through this or who was going to give me a kidney. Gershy, here's your picture, black and white. And the message to all your listeners and to everybody. Be positive, stay positive. Help is on the way, and he does everything. And we don't know how, what, when, and where. But you'll see it clearly the second that happens.
None of your business, Ushi. None of your business, Michael.
It's the None of Your Business podcast, hosted by Michael and Ushi.
Welcome back, everybody, to another amazing episode of the None of Your Business podcast. I'm Michael Greenfield. Here with me is Ushi Schwartz. And a big shout out and thank you to the Prime Source production team, Steph, Will, and crew. We really appreciate all your hard work behind the scenes. We're doing great, by the way. Our message is going out there, and we have amazing guests that keep coming and flooring us. Mm-hmm. And today we have with us Gershy Moskowits.
Shkoyer for having me.
Gershy, welcome to the program. It's so nice to have you on this chair. Have you ever been on a podcast before?
The first podcast ever.
It might be your last also. Just
Very shy.
keep that in mind. We'll see how this goes.
You got messages till now. We watch and see what's going to happen now. The None of Your Business podcast.
Ooh.
Wow, you're setting high expectations.
Wow.
Correct. I am.
You're putting pressure.
I'm not.
All right.
I know who I am.
We have
weird. You are.
Well, you and I just got to know each other several months ago or several weeks ago.
Yeah, it's 2 months.
Yeah. And I was fascinated by what he does in general and his background of, well, I'm not going to give it away because we have a new segment that we start off our podcast with called ChatGPT Said What? I'm going to tell you what ChatGPT says about you.
Which I never checked before.
Most of our guests haven't. But here you are. Are you ready?
Only if it's positive, right?
Drum roll, please. I don't tell ChatGPT to be positive. I just tell it to be real.
Okay.
Right?
It's a chiddush, I know who I am, B'chlal.
Gershy Moskowitz is a music event and producer. He's the mastermind behind some of the biggest productions in the Jewish world. Think albums, concerts, cruises, and concerts with major artists.
Correct.
Founder of Gershy Moskowitz Productions. Where'd you come up with that name?
How original.
Not just the producer, he built the brand. He curates sound, soul, and spectacle like a Hasidic Spielberg with a keyboard.
Wow.
Ooh.
A Hasidic Spielberg.
You like that?
With a keyboard.
That's
Okay.
ChatGPT.
You're an album producer for Jewish music icons. Albums like Kedai, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, featuring Avram Fried, Yisrael Werdiger, Shragi Gestetner, and of course, Shlomi Gertner. Basically, it says here, you roll deep with the Hasidic All-Stars.
Baruch Hashem, that's how my production in the music business started.
Who's your biggest friend in the industry that's on your phone, that celebrity-wise, that we would all know a name?
All of them. All of them happened to be on the way in. I just finished texting with MBD, which he's the king of Jewish music. And I was sending him to a chayla in the hospital, which a bunch of people should know that all these superstars, their foundation, what they don't do when they don't have jobs at night, and simchas, daytime, downtime, they go around to hospitals, prisons. They fly to places to be Milchai Klal Yisrael.
You know what? Let's jump right into that, because the next thing it says here is that you were a notable speaker at the Renewal Shabbaton, and it actually picked up on it because it just happened recently.
Correct. But go on, I want to hear everything.
And
Tell me more.
Gershy doesn't just play music, he moves people. His emotional speech at the Renewal Shabbaton in 2025 went viral.
I mean, if they say so, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's nice. I'd like to hear more about it. I mean, the rest of it is how amazing you are at marketing and what a great dresser you are. And what delicious foods. I'm joking. I'm just saying that's the crux of it. And it sounds like it's pretty accurate. So we're fans.
Yeah, so far so good. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I have to tell you that this is the things that we don't see that go on behind the scenes. Like you mentioned, you're calling Mordechai Ben David to go do.
I WhatsApped him. Yeah.
Yeah. I find that a lot. I find that, I was in a hospital in Eretz Yisrael after October 7th, and I was surrounded by guys like Mordechai Shapiro who were just there, just like with a guitar singing to people who are recent amputees. And
you told me that story also what you had, which people should know about.
I don't know what
the
you're talking
October 7th, where that floor was empty.
Oh.
And you went to a person that was.
Yes. Well, this is about you this time. So
no, but I want to hear that. People should know that story. That Chesed comes all around.
Yes, 100%. That's I guess what I'm noticing a lot is that when people are in the production world, in the music world, in the artist world. You find this also in non-Jewish world as well. Anyone who's an artist, you don't realize the work that goes on behind the scenes during the day, and then of course on the scene at night. When does anyone have time? When does anyone go to sleep? How do people balance their life work? How do you balance it? What would you recommend for others? I'm curious about that whole world. But
First,
I think
people don't know. I'm sorry for knocking you over. You want to say
no,
something?
go ahead.
People don't know what the word production means. When you said how original Gershy Moskowitz Productions, you can go to Gefilte Fish Productions and give it a name. I said to myself, this is my name, and add the word what I do. Now, what does productions mean? Basically, and simple, one phone call does it all. You're making a simcha, you're making a Siyum, you need a cruise. We're going to get to the album soon. But we started how I started my career. Just a chassan called me up 28 years ago. Happens to be a close friend of mine. He has brothers in the music business. Dudi Burko, if I may say names in public over here.
Of course.
He was my first.
Please drop more names.
Yeah,
But the thing we're doing is that
my-
your name was mentioned on the podcast.
Exactly.
We're sending out to people, so I like that.
So he was my first client.
What were you doing at the time?
First I started going towards the music field.
Sure.
Should I start with my career, how I started?
Yeah, you'll tell us that in a minute, but finish the story. Go ahead.
So he was my first customer. That he went to Yeshiva. His father and mother were busy working up a pizza shop at that point. And the father and mother forgot to send deposit to the singer, the keyboard, and so on. And he calls me up from Yeshiva 4 weeks before the chasana that he lost the batchen, the keyboard, the singer, whoever was on stage, because they didn't give a deposit. Gershy, I need your help. So coming home from Yeshiva by 18 already, I was going down the Terrace Chaya, block 54th in Borough Park, which you're familiar. I used to stop in and get familiar with the players and keyboards and singers, and they got to know me. So automatically they got to know me. Who are you? I'm Gershy. What do you do? I'm a bocher. And we started becoming closer. And as we got closer, we got exchange phone numbers. Back in the day was a big zach. To have a phone number of a singer, that's, whoa, you have his phone number? And I was, let's call it the agent back then. There was no like agents, everybody today, managers and agents. I was the one that Chassan called me up from all over. And that's how my career started and becoming closer to singers and started calling me. And some of them used to give money, some of them used to not. And in the bigger business, let's say a Chalamod event, they used to give a big chunk of money. Here is money for you because you bought it. You can't call it kickback or commission. That was my pay when I was 18, 19. But that's how my music career started.
Yeah,
With,
by the way, a commission is pay. That's really what it is, essentially, and that's how
Correct,
people get
but
paid.
people should know that too.
People should definitely recognize that, yes, if someone's making a phone call for you and he's brokering something for you,
correct.
he put in the effort, not that minute to make that phone call, but he put in the effort to build that relationship over the years. It's like R&D, research and development. When a product comes out, it's like, how much does that pill cost to make? A penny. You're not paying for that pill. You're paying for the research that went into it. Just like when someone's a broker and someone finds you a deal, not only does he deserve to get paid, he should get paid because of the information that he's bringing to the table.
But today's days, I work on a production fee.
Right. Different story.
It's a different story today's days when you put together from soup to nuts and every single item on the invoice comes up. But by the way, I get those items for better prices. In the production field, when I call up the TENS rental company, if it's a $10,000 rental, I squeeze them down to $8,500 or would set up $7,500. There's a gap of $2,500, which Gershy Moskowitz production and office brought down. So I have the right to ask that fee.
Right.
That's how it works these days. But back then, that's how that started.
Let's talk about back then. How did you get started? Where did your love for music come from? Where's your family from? Where?
I am from Borough Park.
Okay.
Father, mother brought up. My mother's from Brazil. My father's from Williamsburg. I was brought up, bred in Borough Park, bred and raised in Borough Park. And like I said before, my career started by coming home from Yeshiva. I started loving music. And the singers who were actually singing the chasans back then, Moskowitz, which was a friend of yours.
Oh, big fan of Michal Schnitzler.
Yeah, you know what she?
I didn't listen to a lot of Hasidic music growing up, but Michal Schnitzler was a personal favorite of mine. I listened to him a lot, actually.
He's everybody's
He was
favorite.
a very diverse audience. He wasn't just targeting Hasidim. Like, he had his way about his voice that was inviting for everyone.
The
It was
way you finish
beautiful.
every sentence, I love you. Which Hasidic
Yeah.
thing do you have? I love you.
He had good energy. He had very good
Saleh,
energy.
Simcha.
Yes.
Simcha Sachayim.
Yes, yes.
And Michal Schnitzler was the first one to, let's call it, recognize Gershy. And talking about that I knew all the singers from those chasna business and chepe business or mitzvah business, I said to myself, if I know all these singers, let me go into the chesed world. If I have those credentials and credit, if I have their phone number, why shouldn't I use it up for chesed? There's a guy named in Borough Park, Shmuel Friedman, a young fellow, very talented in the marketing field. He called me up, Gershy, what? Since you know them, he was a little known in the choir business. He was in the Satmar choir. What can we do to make people happy? So organization was started Simchas HaNefesh. That was the first thing before anybody thought of going to hospitals or to prisons. It was a chiddush. Back then with nurses going down to the wards, going down to prisons and getting those, who are you?
Wow.
My name is Gershy.
How long ago was this when you started this?
27 years ago, about 26 years ago.
Wow.
Back then, to go talk to a warden, a little young fellow like me, sir, what's your credentials? I'm an agent. To go talk to wardens and allow your chalamoid into the hospital, into jails, and get everybody's socials, that the singer should trust you. That's when Moskowitz was. He started that, recognizing what I have, and the Shmuel Friedman called me, and that was the first thing what we did. Hospitals, jails, prisons, mental institutions, organizations, nursing homes, old age homes. And that's when the Chesed world started, before any Mekimi organization or even High Lifeline used to call me. Before they got a hold of singers and players to call them. I was the pest. I was the one who called them. And I didn't leave that phone alone until they picked up. That came from Gershy Moskowitz, the pest. That was my name on their phone.
So you're not pleasantly persistent. You're unapologetically persistent.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, he's doing a good thing.
Yes, because you are doing a good
It
thing.
was a great cause, exactly.
Really nice, very nice idea is to lift people's spirits in places where they're very downtrodden, they're having a hard time with life. And then you waltz in, you and your fellow singers and popular people, they take their time. They come
particularly talking about Mechul, he was the one who picked me up for 3.5 to 4 years from the Yeshiva Mir in Flatbush, Quentin Ocean Parkway. 1 o'clock p.m., 2 o'clock p.m., Gershy Moskowitz was waiting outside. We went to hospitals.
Wow.
We traveled to hospitals. Okay, we went. Sometimes we traveled Virginia Beach. We traveled for days. Minneapolis. That was the time he picked me up, and that's one time we went to Yeshiva, and that's what I did back then. That was the trips of Chasadim.
Interesting. And were you already musical at that? Like, do you play any instruments?
No,
do you sing personally?
I don't sing.
So you're behind the scenes.
I'm by ear.
You're the guy you're the mechanics behind it all. You put all the pieces in place.
But that's how it started. Then I moved on to producing. So when I was 23, I got engaged, Baruch Hashem. I got to know a year before that Shlomi Gertner from England. You heard that singer, Shlomi Gertner?
I've heard of him. I don't know
Michael
exactly
definitely knows who he is.
Of course, you know some of his songs.
I'm sure I do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so Shlomi Gertner from England, and my cousin called me from a boat in Taba, on Eilat, which he was there, and they pushed him onto the stage, the Chavayrim, pushed him on there, and he went on to, I don't know, it was a DJ, or was, back then the phone call was about $8 to $9 a minute on the phone. And he's saying, Kol olam kilo gesher tzamot, Kol olam kuloi gesher tzamot, v'ha'ikar v'ha, that song. And the whole crowd is singing, oh, they want more. I'm telling to my phone, my cousin, Sheheshi's his name, I said, don't hang up that phone. I want to hear this voice further. They asked for Mashiach, the popular song, Mashiach from Vatcha. So that was, and that went on for like a good 45 minutes, an hour. That phone call ended costing probably $150, $200.
Who paid for this phone call?
I did.
Wow.
Because I knew something was going to happen.
You
from
heard
that voice.
something.
Maybe I still owe my cousin money, I'm not sure. But I heard that voice and how the crowd is begging for more. And back then, a singer wasn't like everybody touched the mic. You had to know, not the people had to know. The person had to know how to handle a mic and deliver that song. I knew that this guy has something. From then he got engaged. He came to New York. He actually sang by our chuppah. And that's how Shlomi Gertner career started. And that's how I became a producer in the album production. Shlomi was my first, and moved on to other Hasidic singers, as ChatGPT says. And that's how my production started, meaning that I had connection to singers of Chasnas. I was the agent. And as we have the connection, I started doing in the world of Chesed. And from then on, I got to know bigger singers and produce their albums.
I'm curious, what is your most proudest moment of work that you did with Shlomi?
Meaning to say with him alone?
Yeah, with like a song that you came out with, or something that...
something that Klal Yisrael still sings today, which he may not know, but you definitely. What's his most iconic song?
You gonna put me on the spot like that? I know he has a nice Shabbos Hayom song. He has a...
Very good. That's in Shabbos. Another Shabbos song.
Like which one?
Malka.
Sure.
Oh, yeah, Malka. This song, which we're going to get to soon in the podcast, you'll find out why it's so special to me.
No, what are we waiting for? Go for it.
Let's first finish the situation.
Sure.
So that's the song. And then when Rabbi Yossi Green came out of the subway and came to Shlomi Gertner's house, there was a subway bombing in England. And he survived at Yossi. And an hour or two later, someone picked him up and took him to Shlomi's house. They sat down by the piano. I had given Shlomi words which I saw on top of a choila's bed. Hu yizbarach ois hanissim l'chol haboitchem boi, which is a famous song by Shlomi, which is sung up to today. Nissim.
You want to translate what that means?
Hu yizbarach ois hanissim. The Eibush does miracles. Hashem does miracles to all who believe in Him. And Shlomi, Yossi Green added the words, with a little bit of faith, we'll all be safe.
Wow, he's a very talented guy, Yossi, by the way, and the things that he does. What a magical moment that must have been. By
He
the
should
way,
be
coming
sitting in
out-
this chair.
You know what? You should invite him.
He should be sitting in this chair over here.
Okay.
I'll definitely do the shtat. We'll get him here.
Yeah. Where's Hashem? He's
When he comes.
not only that. Him and Heshi own a company called Jerry Medics. It's in our world, so we know the medical supply world well. And years ago, we used to deal with them. They service the healthcare facilities, so we're familiar with them from the business standpoint. It's interesting that it's not just music. An artist, someone who sings at night at concerts or coming out with album, has to have a day job as well. And
he not just plays music, sing music. Yossi is can I know which happy birthday? He just celebrated a big birthday for him.
happy birthday, Yossi.
Reb Yossel. Reb Yossel Agudla. He's probably the biggest composer by Klal Yisrael. A number of songs and popular songs. Probably after Reb Shlomo Kabach Shalom.
Really?
Yossi Green has the biggest library of songs.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good legacy to leave behind.
It is. And
If I tell you the song Tanya, you know what it is? Tanya?
Yes, I know that song. I actually love that song.
If I tell you Adrab, you know what it means?
Yes, I know that song.
And I
as
can
well.
go on now to, I don't want to say the number.
I actually know that song.
Yeah, people don't realize.
Doesn't Avram Fried sing Adarabah?
Yeah, I've run free from Yossi.
Yes.
Yeah.
From Yossi.
So he composed that song.
And I can go on. Didabe.
Wow.
No, you know it.
Sing it.
Didabe, Kulabe.
Yes.
I'll
yes.
go on.
Yeah,
I don't
wow.
want to get to the number where Yossi's up to.
So he's
Klein
made
Ira.
hundreds and hundreds of songs.
I'm sorry, thousands.
Thousands of songs.
Can you imagine how many more thousands he hasn't? Like that's what happens when people produce music. Like they're
I mean, if I tell you when he
Amazing.
calls me to the piano and we sit down with the artist and we have that invitation, it's just magical how the Hashem gives the chava to him to touch those keys and the song comes out on the spot. I mean, on the spot at that hour, those 2 hours,
Sure.
and he sweats it out.
That's beautiful.
And how a song is composed. That's and again, you can go on to the music field further. People don't know what it means producing an album. Unfortunately, today's days with people just sending around songs and copying, the artist put in koiches and money into this.
Yeah. So what does it mean as far as producing what you do? You do production, right? What entails producing?
So again, that's not my main panasa right now, but no, my main panasa is now parties, events.
Oh, catering.
Productions of
party
events.
planning.
Yes.
Event production.
Oh, okay.
But
When did
back-
you start doing that? When did you transition from the producing?
16 years ago.
Oh, so in the last 16 years, you're not even producing music.
I did. But I can't just, when I have kind of 2-3 kindle, make $15,000 on an album of producing it, not arranging.
So now it's more of a hobby
Now
for
let's get
you.
to the word, Michael, let's get to the word producing. What does the word producing mean? What is pshat producing?
Yes.
Michael wants to give an album, or Ushi wants to give an album. What happens next? We need songs. The biggest trick of an album is songs. To have the right component, the ingredients. What does it mean listening to a right song? It should sound commercial, that they sing by chasnas and simchas.
Right.
That's what it means. What that means produce. Now, once you hear that song, you have to hear the ear to this is going to be picked up by Klal Yisrael, and then find the people to arrange that song. This guy's going to slow song. This guy's going in a rock song. This guy's going to a horror song, a disco song. That takes producing. The final touch on an album is mixing. When you hear a song that chaps your ear, is that clarity of their voice and the music together. That's called mixing. So that's called a producer. That's what I did back then. Still do it lightly these days, but my main source now of income is production of events, event producing.
Okay, very cool. So what kind of events are you doing? Like what is your...
Anything.
What's the largest event you've catered so far in your career?
Which I worked for a couple of years, was the Siyum HaShas.
Wow. That's a
Yes.
big one.
Which that's a chiddush that they don't say over there. on
Yeah,
ChatGPT.
that's pretty... how many people attended the Siyum HaShas?
So I worked for the MetLife Stadium for about, I would say easy 15, 16 months, or maybe even more. Probably more, 2 years probably. Close to 2 years.
What, you were preparing for 2 years?
Yeah, on details of it.
Wow.
Security, staging, lighting, singing, and then the last...
Because you weren't just a caterer, you were the party planner.
caterer, exactly, event planner.
Event planner.
Yeah,
so
I hire
you
a
did all
party
the
planner.
logistics. You
I
did,
hire a party planner. I have a vision and I deliver it to a party planner and they set it up. So
wow, so that was just the gig of the year for you. Like you didn't need any other
it was
jobs.
2 years of work. And Baruch Hashem, because of that event and taking upon myself to learn the daf and still do it daily, Baruch Hashem, which I, Baruch Hashem, hope to be Messiah
Oh, wow.
on the air
Nice.
on None of Your Business podcast. It's
Good for you.
Siyum HaShas,
Good for you.
God willing, when is that?
6627, Baruch Hashem.
Wow.
That's a Sunday. So let's figure Leil Shishi before.
Okay.
6624.
Schedule it.
I'll be with you. Put it into the calendar.
Wow.
All right.
That is exciting stuff. So you started the daf after you got involved
On the
in
stage, so let me get there. The month, 3 weeks before that scene, MetLife was sold out, they opened up Barkley. Summer Rabuna Matul called to be outside. It was in the winter. It was New Year's Eve. So they said it was too cold for them to be in MetLife. They opened up Barkley in Brooklyn. So I shifted over the morning of MetLife. We went to Barclays. There was the night before, there was a sponsor event for all the sponsors, which I did that event in Parsippany Hilton. It was for about 1,500 people, the sponsors and the families and the spouse and the workers. We moved on from Parsippany Hilton to 4 o'clock in the morning to MetLife. And at 7:15, I was in Barclays Stadium, setting up for the
My goodness, how many people were at the Siyum HaShas?
92 fit into MetLife.
92.
90. It's actually a history. I want you to check it out.
Okay.
92 what? 92.
We have Steph here. He's going to look on
Steph, if you don't mind.
ChatGPT.
Siyum HaShas in MetLife Stadium.
How many people fit in MetLife Stadium?
Doesn't fit that much, but the floor was full. So it's about 92.
You keep saying 9,200, 92,000?
1,000.
92,000 people,
92,
almost
yeah.
100,000
Yeah,
people.
more than a Sapper Chasna.
We're in that MetLife
I
Stadium.
mean, you don't know Sapper. More than any Chasna you've seen. By
Yes.
By the Hasidic
the
rabbis.
most I've seen a chas was 1,000 people,
Okay, so
1,500
you haven't been
people.
by the real Chasna.
No, real
No.
Hasidic
Michael-
weddings have been
Michael's-
15,
Michael's-
20,000. I've been to.
Michael-
Michael,
been to one of
that's
those?
Hasidic. Mike,
What does it say there, Steph?
93,000 people filled the stadium.
Yes, Siyum HaShas, 93,000 people filled
I said
MetLife
92. I
Stadium.
want to be nice. See?
Hold on, scroll down a second, Steph. I want
It's
to
a
see what.
city. It's a city of people.
No, no.
Literally.
Mika Am Yisrael. And this time around is going to be 5 or 6 times that amount finishing shots.
Just so you know, you beat Ed Sheeran. That's a very big deal. I mean, like to me at least. I mean, you beat Jet Giants. You
Siyum
beat Ed Sheeran.
HaShas is number 1. Ed Sheeran is number 2.
Yes.
And the Jets and Giants is number 3.
Yes.
But that's fascinating. Siyum HaShas is the most recorded people ever to be in attendance at the MetLife Stadium, which was unbelievable.
And you helped produce that entire
Exactly,
event.
yes.
Took over
That's
2 years. What was the budget on that?
Ooh, great question.
Millions.
What? Give me an idea.
My humble opinion, which I don't know because there's a
Okay.
main sponsor, which I don't want to say his name in the air, a tzaddik of a person, I would say easy 7.58 million
right.
of the
So-
course from soup to nuts. From
Right. So it's not a
beginning-
money-making event unless there's sponsors.
There is sponsors. There's definitely
I see.
sponsors.
And there's ticket sales. Don't you have to buy tickets?
Correct. You have to buy stuff. But a bunch of people there, the bottom get,
Right, of course.
you know, so
I
that
see.
day is gets but again, that's the you see the 93,000. That's a and
What
then
kind of
and
food
then,
did they give there?
but
They
let's
made a
move-
proper meal, or it was just...
So Michael Schick catered the whole entire top floor was in the not cubicles. We have to call suites. They had food for them.
but
I
if
was
you were
not-
a
but I-
regular attendee in the stands, you didn't get
No,
food.
you're getting Lieber's potato chips. Come
They
on.
gave you a bag
Not
of
a bag,
chips.
they got a bag with a water.
Oh,
and
I'm sorry.
And a cookie.
I meant
And a
to say-
cookie. And a
And a
cookie.
cookie.
I have to say it's not
Yeah.
like the no, because I was at the event of Chabad where they have like I think 10,000 people.
Shluchim.
The Shluchim event, right?
They get a meal.
How many? Right, that's a meal. You have
Yeah.
how many people? How many thousands of people?
Probably that amount.
Steph, how many people are sitting at the Chabad event on an annual basis? Because there, the caterer is who at the Chabad event?
It's Sharf
Sharf
and Shemaya Grumwald are
together.
in the kitchen.
I think
yeah.
I heard once that they have like a penalty if they don't bring the food out in time or something.
Opposite, that they bring food on top.
How does it
and they
work? Can you explain
You
it?
get
If you get every minute that the main course comes out before, there's a fat check waiting for you.
A bonus.
A bonus.
Yeah. So you have to set up the stage, the
No,
lighting.
no. I don't actually physically
Not
do
so-
it.
But you're arranging that.
Again, I had my tasks of that was that to be done.
Right. You're overseeing it.
Yeah, the musical part, of course. There's a very talented individual named Shmuley Rosenberg, forward New York City. He deserves a plug. He is in charge fully of that event, and good, of course. But he's on top of all the logistics. I had a task list, and from that stadium, I had to move on to Barclay. Barclay was another 19,000,
Wow.
and this time around, Mr. Shem, 6627, it's probably going to be 5 times that amount. Can I know?
Wow. Where are you putting everybody?
In a couple of stadiums, Mr. Shem.
So meaning just
Can't give it away yet, but they're already talking in a couple of stadiums.
Oh, come on.
Yeah,
Come on. Is it any of our business? Can we know?
Mr. Shem, we'll come back part 2 for that. Michael.
Okay. No problem. It's
That's
fine.
insane. What an event. That's
Yeah.
crazy. The scale, the sheer size of this event is mind blowing.
I'm
Yeah.
curious, did anything go wrong? that like you remember and like, oh my God, I did not expect this. I'm
A
working on
bunch
this.
of things went wrong, but behind the scene, not that
Tell
you...
us. We're
No,
not,
just technicalities. A singer arriving a minute before going on stage time. He had traffic. He had no idea how to go into the back door to get to that stage.
That's what I'm curious about. What other
it's
things
a half-hour
happen?
walk in the stadium.
Right,
the
just to
thing
get
had
to your stage.
So the thing had to go. The shliach had to go to the car, get to the security guard in the stadium. No, he's the singer. Like, who is this singer? Like the investigation. Is he on the credential list? Park in front of that door, running. He's not a small singing guy. He's a chazan. On the imam, and there's a big deal.
Who's saying it? Who is this?
I think it's Shemai Helfgat.
Oh, he was the one running?
Shlomi sang actually the Ani Mammon.
Okay.
But the Misha Beirach.
Yeah. I want to hear him sing. I don't want to see him run.
Exactly.
But
by the time him running and on those headphones, you hear those noise. Pass gate 2, pass gate 3, pass 4. Gershy, you and Barkley, you and Parkers have to be, the CM has to be in the same time. So those nail-biting moments, you don't hear. You don't see what's going on.
Yeah.
But on those headphones and those mics, you see people in the mics, those producers, as it's nail-biting. Yeah, it has to be. It's on a time. Just like this podcast was set for time and started on time.
What kind of security did you have over there?
So it was after.
I imagine the city gave you some security as well. They gave you additional resources.
Look at the amount of people, the security, and the dogs that have to pass, the FBI. I get a message on my phone a few days before the scene. Hey, I don't forget the name of the guy, Frank or whatever, from the FBI. Please call him. Whoa. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I have no idea why.
You never want the FBI reaching out to
but
you
it's a
on your
text
cell phone.
message. So
I hope you called your lawyer first.
Yeah.
No, I called back.
Okay.
I wasn't afraid. I called back. Yes, we're calling reference of the CM. They wanted to come to Barkley enough and morning enough before people arrive to check on the seats, of bus seats.
They wanted to screen
That
it
was in
first.
Brooklyn. Now
Yeah.
imagine what's going on in MetLife.
Wow.
There was a Hasidic guy dressed up like a Chesed in MetLife Stadium.
What?
He looked like an ordinary Hasidic person.
Yeah.
A up hat and a short jacket, an orange beard.
Yeah.
He was part of the FBI. He was homing the entire time.
Oh.
He was part of the crowd. He blended in.
Yeah.
And he looked good. He's like,
Yeah. I can
you have a picture of
I
him?
have a picture of pictures.
Oh, you have to give it to Steph. We're
You
going to
know
have to
what
put
the
it up on our
problem is?
YouTube.
In movies, a lot of times they try to portray Hasidic people. They never get it right. They always look like very ridiculous.
The pay is hanging on this.
Yeah, exactly. With the beard, like whoever does the makeup needs to get a little lesson on how Hasidim actually
Exactly.
really look. It's always terrible. But you're telling me it sounds like he really.
By the way, you should
knew
tell
how to really
you
blend
should
I'll show
in.
you pictures soon.
You should tell
Really?
the feds next time you do an event like this. I'm not even kidding. I have a cousin. He's a Hasidic guy in Muncie, and he is the one that dresses up all the people that do plays in the Hasidic world. His name is
Moshe's your
Grunfeld.
cousin?
Grunfeld.
Moshe's your cousin?
Yeah, you know who he is?
From Chadoshes.
Yes.
Yeah. That was when we said I want to say him.
So right, that's the
then I
guy.
was a
The
cook.
feds should hire him. He does a great job. You look like a
He dressed me
chassid.
up in Purim.
As what?
As Lubavitcher Rebbe. I'll show you soon.
You dressed up as Lubavitcher Rebbe?
Correct.
The biggest event that you did,
Yeah.
that you planned. All right, what was the second biggest?
A bris.
It's a big event. You know, it's not a small event.
I mean, in your world, Wachnachts are bigger than most of weddings. Yeah.
Corporates are huge. Corporate events.
Corporate events. Yeah.
I've done another event also for the Good in Barkley and in Bell Works. Another big event after one of those terrorist attacks, and we want to bring everybody together after Masechta Shabbos. Hosted another 6,000 people, filled it up.
Wow.
And all those are details. And it's a headache event, and glitches cannot happen.
Wow.
But those are big. But let's talk about small events: corporate parties, boats, yachts. And as I came in before and I bought the food over here, I forgot a bag in my car. In our line of work, there's no such thing as the word sorry. You can be sorry. If you don't have that bag over here by this event, it's done.
It's over. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't have wood or seltzer. It doesn't happen.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. That the word, it's a very responsible job.
Yeah.
And
You got to be
Baruch Hashem,
detailed. You got to be organized.
I
And
tried
it's full
to.
of stress, it sounds like.
And Baruch Hashem, we have Siyat Ishmael, and we did it right so far. Maybe should give a koyach avata. Should continue.
And you're a team of how many people?
Full time,
Yeah. Three people?
3 people, and then we move on to whenever we need
Well,
more.
you're hiring production people underneath
Correct.
you.
It's-
I guess.
it's all vendoring
How many
outside.
people are running this event at the Siyum HaShas, for example?
Staff wise,
Yeah.
MetLife.
Yeah, all together.
You talking with the MetLife staff or the
Yes,
staff that we
yes.
hire?
No, the staff
Both.
that you hire. Not the MetLife staff. No, the staff that
Mostly
they
interested
hire.
in your staff, but yes.
Easily 300 to 500
Wow.
Right.
with crowd control and giving out the showing you your chair, stage,
Right.
crowd control, parking control.
Let me ask you a
Easy.
question. I'm just
Go.
curious, just popped into my head. Imagine the state of Israel called you up and said, we want you to produce the Lag BaOmer Meron event every year. Would you do anything different? What would pop into your head? Like, experience that you have? Because I saw a few things recently in the past
First of
year.
all, I would do it better in the music.
And music in general.
And music in general.
You saying the speaker-wise or?
Sound and just production-wise.
Right.
People watch this all over the world. Give them something Heartfelt. Give them something.
That's a great point, by the way, because as you're walking,
You
the
are
music
musical too.
dies.
I don't know if you know this guy's musical too, by the way.
Yes, I'm aware.
I had the honor of sitting in his house by his piano.
He doesn't play
and-
piano.
Really?
What?
No, it was
By guitar, by guitar.
Sorry.
Guitar.
You're right. It was
Yeah.
guitar.
You almost freaked me out. I was like,
After-
there's something
But
I
he
don't
probably
know
plays
about
piano.
Michael.
He probably plays piano too. He
No,
probably
he
plays
doesn't
piano.
play
Not
piano.
publicly.
There you go.
I have a list of things he doesn't do. I have a full list of
He
those.
goes to
One
sleep
time.
at night and he,
Yes,
he
I
reads
know
it.
that list inside out.
Can we
This
not
is-
go there, please?
This is on that list.
He's very musical too. So first of all, you understand music.
Yeah.
I would do that. The music would do
I
better.
like that idea, by the way, in general.
And-
Anybody that's listening that's ever gone to Meron for Lag B'Omer knows the music is so spotty everywhere you go. You hear it, you don't hear it. You don't.
Now, what do you say to people get to Reb Shimon's caver?
Yeah.
How is your feeling when you say, I have been there a bunch of times,
Yeah.
and I saw the feeling in reality, or you watch it on YouTube Live, Meron Live, and you see those people going to that caver, they schlepped out them around because they need a yeshiva, they need a refuah, which we all know people that need refuahs. And you get there, and boom, you're being pushed. I traveled for this 36 hours to get to this place minimum. Let me stand there for 2 minutes and cry my heart out. Don't just, neshamas are not garbage. Especially after the Meron tragedy. We're not going to get there. They got stampede. You finally made it to the caver. Give me 2 minutes to daven. And then a timer buzzes, out. By the Babashavi's caver, just 2 days ago, there's outside. And it came to people standing. They didn't shove you out. Stay by the caver. Ask the Rebbe whatever you want. Move on. In a Seder. But you get to the Shema Hu, it's Meron. People travel to Israel from Australia. They want to have kinderach. They need a refuah. They need a show. Let them stand. That's what I would fix. Crowd control.
All right. Yeah. You said crowd control. That
That's it.
makes a lot of sense.
Every big event, the art is doing the crowd control. That's always
That's the
one of the
trick of
most
event.
difficult things.
I mean, I did events in Borough Park, a grand opening for Toys for You, which Yeshiva Moskowitz, a big Bal Chesed. He opened a store in Borough Park. There were thousands and thousands of kids and families. I hired the Shamrim of Borough Park, if I remember, maybe it was Shmir, I don't remember one of the two organizations, or maybe both. And crowd control is the head thing.
Yeah.
I'll tell you something interesting they did in Meron this past year for the first time, and I thought it was awesome. Everywhere you walked in the beginning area where the balagan is, the mess, especially when you're leaving or coming, the busing of transportation, of knowing where to go and where not to go is such a convoluted mess.
Bus 5,
What
Meron,
they-
Yerushalayim, Bet Shemesh.
Exactly, where to go. And everybody who's listening to this now is remembering horses on the police and pushing and stuffing and waiting for the bus and not knowing where to
That's
go.
what I said, Michael, before. That's what bothers me.
Yeah, yeah.
We see those clips.
So I'm going to give you a tip of what they did, and you should think about it in the future if you're doing ever productions. They had neon lights in different colors with signs everywhere, so you identify if you're going back to Jerusalem, you're on the blue line. If you're going back to Tel Aviv, you're on the yellow line. And they had 6 different neon colors: yellow, blue, green, red.
Wow.
And everywhere you walked, you saw if you're on blue, you're going to Jerusalem, follow the blue lights. And from far, you could see a string of neon blue lights where the blue buses are and where the green buses, and it
worked
was
out.
really, really smart for the first time. And I've been going for over 2 decades.
Wow,
So
that
it's,
old?
it's the first. I just been going since I'm a kid. I feel like going to.
I wouldn't say he's that old. He's not that
24.
young, but
23,
he's not that
24.
old.
I feel like
2
going
decades.
to going to these places sometimes becomes commercialized. You know, like, oh, I'm going to Meron, but like you're saying it, and it's true. A lot of people are going for salvation of some sort,
Exactly.
or people.
To daven.
We are living in the times of Mashiach, which I feel very strongly about. So you have to recognize that the need of people going to these places, they take it seriously, and it's a serious thing. And it's
There's a big chiddush talking about tzaddikim. We'll go to that subject for a second. On None of Your Business podcast, that's a chiddush, right? When is the Tanner Rebbe Kiva's yahrzeit? This is going to go viral because people have no idea. Do you know?
Lag B'Omer?
No. Do you know?
No.
You're not going to believe when the Tanner Rebbe Kiva's yahrzeit is, and then when we go into the subject, how come there's not people there in that day? The holiest night of the year, Yom Kippur night, is the Tanner Rebbe Kiva's yahrzeit, which he lost 40,000 Talmidim. Rebbe Kiva lost 40,000 Talmidim, and it stopped on Lag B'Omer. Isn't it a chiddush that the night of Rebbe Kiva's yahrzeit to be millions of people, just like Omer Rosh Hashanah?
Yeah.
I mean, Reb Nachman and Rebbe Kiva. I'm just saying a minimum.
Right.
So I asked my Rebbe these things, and he answered me. A lot of neshamas are connected to us. Reb Shimon Bar Yochai, his neshama is connected to us. So we feel when we ask and we get answered. So many kids name of Shimon, right? Kids, little children, they make the option, the adoption is there, because it's Reb Shimon's is connected to people. Rebbe Kiva is such a heilige neshama, such a holy soul, that he's way, way up there.
He's removed from us.
How do we start Yom Kippur at night? Or Zariel HaTzadik, Eliyash Alev Simcha, the toilet by the bima, right? The Soifei Tevis of Or Zariel HaTzadik, Eliyash Alev Simcha is the Tana Reb Akiva. That's what we start that night. He was killed on Yom Kaddish.
So we do give a little bit of a symbolic message.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
I'd love to translate what you just said for all our non-Jewish listeners, but it's impossible.
And even for the Jewish listeners.
Good
For
point.
everybody, you could translate.
Good point. No, but it's...
I'm just saying up here, if it doesn't...
I like what you're saying. Moskowitz, your name, your upbringing is a certain sect of Hasidim? Is it a certain type? Or is it just Borough Park, Williamsburg? Or how do you identify?
What Hasidus are? How do you identify? What
I am a Skver Chassid.
Oh, okay.
My parents were Skver Hasidim. They're buried in Skver.
So why didn't you grow up in New Square? Why didn't they live there?
I lived in Borough Park and we went to Skver Cheder.
Okay.
I have a brother living in New Square because he went to Yeshiva down Square. By 13, I went out to a different Yeshiva.
So there's a New Square following in Brooklyn?
Of course, all over.
I'm surprised.
all
How come they don't all live next to the Rebbe in New Square?
Exactly what I'm saying. They bought in Borough Park, they married Borough Park.
Yeah.
So that's the way it all goes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm a Skver Chassid and my Rebbe now is Reb Malky Steiner, if you heard of him in Monsey.
I did not.
He's my Rebbe here. And a big tzaddik.
So you're calling him for these types of questions?
Yeah, I mean, he's my Rebbe.
Yeah. Take me back if you don't mind, because we said earlier that you're going to talk about it later. Guess what? It's later. You said earlier there's the story about Shlomi and the song, and you mentioned that there's a name and a whole background of it. I'd like to hear it, please.
This is where it gets to a little emotional part of my business. So as we heard before, my history. By the way, she's very quiet. You should talk.
What do you mean I'm quiet?
No, just ask me questions like Michael.
No. This is Michael's area of expertise. When it comes to music, I don't step on Michael's toes.
Or emotions.
I happen not to be a big music follower, like if you know me a little bit. I like music, like if I'm just in the background just playing, but I don't care for music. I certainly don't care for the intricacies of it and the things that people love, how it's composed.
What gets you happy?
Who sings what? Sports.
Yankees, no.
Sure, not now. Right now, they're doing terrible.
They're
on a slump a little bit. They're a little bit out of it.
Last 2 games, I saw the Athletics. They won them, yeah.
That was the last series. We're close. It's good. Good. You're holding with.
Mets are coming.
Mets are coming. What do you mean coming?
This weekend.
They're coming to town?
Subway Series.
Oh, no. That's terrible. We're not ready for them.
It's happening.
They're actually also struggling right now, the Mets.
So it's just good shit. They're going to be them.
It's a clash of the two struggling teams.
But
that's what makes me happy. That's what I like to follow. That's what I enjoy.
Nice.
That's what I do. I'm playing baseball tonight. I have a game tonight.
Need music?
Looking forward to it. What?
Need music, hot dogs?
What's going on over here? He's trying to lift my spirits. I'm doing fine.
If you're going to be playing, I want to root for you.
I like that. By the way, at the end of the podcast, we always ask our guests if you have any questions for us. So we'll get back to that in a minute. But go ahead.
Perfect. So, sorry.
No, don't worry. Like you said, we're an ADD podcast. It's all good. It happens. But I'm the guy that gets us back into gear.
Perfect.
Michael's the referee. He keeps things in place.
So back about 2 years ago, about 2 years ago, I'm not going to go into detail how it happened. It happened. My kidneys stopped functioning. I developed chronic kidney failure. And loyal, which means it shouldn't happen to anybody, to Jewish listeners and non-Jewish listeners. No one should be in that case of going onto a dialysis machine. I was 9 to 10 months on dialysis, which is literally a living house arrest. You can't do nothing. You are sitting 5 hours on a machine. When you come home, you're stressed out and no koyach, no strength. And you just can't do nothing. The mood is down. By the time the koyach comes back the next day, the strength comes back, you have to go again.
How many days a week were you going?
I was going here. And,
how many days a week?
3.
3 times
Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And it's not easy, which I don't have to tell you.
Yeah.
So that's what I went through. And being that we said before the whole history of my music, what I did. So back then when I was going to hospitals, I still do it now, as I said before, but back then when I was really into it, before my mother was nifter and Mikimi, the organization, kicked in, I was going strongly. there was a little girl named, let's call her for the podcast, Malky, which people know the story, but a lot of people don't know the story, and they haven't heard in English either. A little girl named Malky. This Malky had cancer and a bad stage of it. And we asked me why Shlomi, which song made the biggest impact on me in history. Shlomi had a CD then called Nissim, and the second song was called Malka. Kodesh Shalom Shabbos HaMalka, which the Shabbos Queen. This girl name was named Malky. At that time, when we came to sing for her, the first year, we sent singers like 3-4 years to her. Thursday and Friday. Thursday she was in Memorial Hospital, and Friday when she came home, I tried sending every Friday to the family. Shouldn't be Erev Shabbos chaos. While the mother was cooking, a special family, they were close to my family as well. Which is not a secret. The name is Waldman, Malky Waldman. My parents are very close to his parents, and that's why I favored this case a lot, because my father and mother kept on asking, did you do something? Did you do something? So I did the most I can for this little 8-year-old soul, Malky, because family-wise...
How old were you at the time?
I was 22.
You were single?
I was still single.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
I was single because of what I did as well. In our world of Hasidim, which was, I wouldn't call myself a bum, but an outcast, because I was not in Yeshiva.
Right.
Standing out.
You weren't sitting and learning or...
So I was dancing in front of nurses and taken them to hospitals, and, that's who I was.
Right.
My father and mother begged me to stop doing it. I said, I'm continuing to do it. And I got slack for it, but I did not stop.
Good for you.
Yeah, Baruch Hashem, I did what I had a feeling to do, and I don't regret it up to today's days, which we'll get into it why. So this Malky I did a lot for. And from 8, 9, 10, 11, about 4 years, but she was 12 bas mitzvah, I get a letter from Malky and says, I exceeded all singers and a ton of entertainment. I'll appreciate this for the rest of my life, up to the last day of my life, at 12 years old. And let's move on to special days, Hanukkah, Purim.
Wow. So she's asking you to slow it down.
To slow it down. And being that she's growing out,
right.
So I listened to her, and I followed up those 4 days that she asked, those special days. But eventually those 4 times a year also paid out. My mother was next to her middle. Yeah, and we lost contact. Fast forward, as before in the podcast we spoke 16 years ago, I started doing full events from soup to nuts, and I started doing events for Renewal as well. Renewal is our esteemed friend Mendy Reiner Tzaddik, which is very close to your dear brother David, if you're allowed to say that.
Of course.
Older brother, younger brother?
Twin brother.
Twin brother.
It's for another podcast.
Now I know where the Chesed comes from. Which one of my events I've done for David himself for Met Council was my most emotional event, 750 Holocaust survivors.
Wow.
In Chaim Solomon Nursing Home. Unfortunately, today, if he wants to do event Hanukkah, I think we're down to 100.
That's crazy.
750. That was David Skoyach from Met Council and Chaim Solomon.
Is there a video of that event?
I did that event, yes.
Was there a video of it?
I have it. Yeah,
right. All these things you're going to have to send us, by the way, all these pictures and videos.
That's crazy. 750 Holocaust survivors in one room. And
the Met Council, and shout out to them and David.
Your brother, your
is
twin
the
brother.
only organization that's focusing solely on all Holocaust survivors, people that are from all walks of life and need a place and like a center that they can all work with and make sure they get what to eat and they have things to do during holidays.
Amazing.
And it's really beautiful. Yeah.
Unfortunately, we're down to almost 0, which is almost forgotten.
It's only a matter of time.
So back to that, that was one of the emotional events I did. So Mendy, which is very close to David. Mendy's a gem of a person. People don't know what an Askani is, what a special soul is.
You started Renewal, this guy Mendy?
Mendy is the founder of Renewal, correct. Which they're up to right now, all close to 1,300 donors. Close to 1,300 Yiddish souls giving away kidneys.
Wow.
Which is tremendous. Which the Renewal deserve their shout out.
Yeah.
On None of Your Business podcast. Mendy, Reb Chaim Steinmetz, Miriam Lefkowitz, David Shisha, Menachem Friedman. I can go on to the whole organization. What a bunch of Maluchim are people in that organization.
Thank you for mentioning their names.
And of course, to Klal Yisrael, to all the Jewish people who donated, to Jewish people and to non-Jewish people, how many lives they saved. Back to our story. 16 years ago, I started doing full events. So I started becoming close to the Renewal organization, running their Shabbatons, doing their events, small events, barbecues, so on and so forth. And being that I'm close to them, they tried helping me as much as they can with expediting a kidney. But on the floor, I had to cure myself from head to toe to receive a kidney. I had to make sure my heart is healthy, the feet are healthy, teeth, everything has to be checked. A whole checklist. And that's what I did. And that's what took long on my time. Because being on dialysis and going to make sure you're healthy, the results, stress test, cardiogram, void, etc. So it took time for me to get that permit to go ahead to receive a kidney. So they tried expediting, and every time I had a meeting with Renewal, which I'm pretty close to the organization, I came late. Find a parking spot in Borough Park, which is an hour. It took me an hour and 15 minutes.
You have to bring them sushi.
Yeah, true. Which I have to show the sushi that I gave to them. I gave them a kidney sushi. I'll show you soon.
Did you really?
I gave them a kidney sushi. We'll show it on the air for the podcast. Steve,
Stefan.
I hope you remember those things that I have to
Don't worry.
take pictures of.
This is what he does at night.
Yeah,
he
he
listens
does
to the podcast
Which
over
you
and
deserve
over
a shout
again.
out for myself. You're an amazing producer sitting behind those cameras. Thanks for everything. So,
He's complimented him more in like 8 minutes than we've done in 2 years.
Wish I'm getting to you soon. Right? I went to Michael. I went to Steph. We're next. I asked you. We'll talk about your baseball soon. I'm going down to the field tonight taking pictures of you, just to let you know. Photographer's on the way. So I hope you had a grand slam tonight. So the bottom line. So it took me a while to find parking. I was late, and every time I came to the meeting to prep me for receiving, took about an hour late. Hasidic time, what I tell you. The day of the transplant, which was last August. It's almost going to be a year, which is now 9 months. Thank you, Hashem.
How long have you been in dialysis until you got to this point?
9-10 months.
9-10 months. So this whole thing happened like 3 years ago.
No,
Is when it started.
no, it's not 2 years ago.
2 years ago it
Last
started.
summer I was still in dialysis.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's mamish 2 years, a year ago. But I'm saying from
when it started, when you
from the
first
kidney
got the
stopped
diagnosis.
physically working, yeah.
Yeah.
So no, it's about a year and a half, yeah.
Okay.
So when it came to the kidney donating day, my wife and myself walk out of the elevator 6 o'clock punctual, which we have to be 6 o'clock. And this Rabbi Steinmetz from Renewal standing in the corner over there, and I walk out of the elevator and Rabbi Steinmetz sees me. Now, you're not allowed to know who your donor is. It's the biggest secret in the book.
Sure.
HIPAA, Privacy Act, which in the medical field.
It's very discreet.
Medical field,
Yeah.
you're not allowed to know who the donor is unless it's a brother, father, mother, sister, family member. Or anybody else, it's the biggest secret, and so does the donor does not know who the patient is. They know the age, male, female, of the person, and that's all they know. I come out of the elevator, I see Rabbi Steinmetz, and he sees me, he says, I walk over, and the whole floor was full of people. That night, the nurse on that floor, admitting nurse, had a bad night. Everybody who was supposed to be in the room, kidney surgery and non-kidney surgery, was on the floor. 50 people. All kinds of surgeries, the floor is jammed. I scoot through the crowd, and I go to Rabbi Steinmetz, tells me, today you have to come on time, like 6 o'clock on the button, like, look what's going on. I see this young fellow, a young man, standing next to him, and as I approach the rabbi, he's like moving back to the back of me, let's say. Oh, she's Rabbi Steinmetz in your area. And I asked Rabbi Steinmetz, if not for today, when then shall I be on time?
Yeah.
Im layach shavei masai.
Right.
You know this word? Yeah.
That one I know. Yeah.
Okay. There's a song in that too, by the way. So I said, if not for today, when shall I be on time? He tells me, look what's going on. I see what's going on. I ask him, by the way, that young man moving back, who is that? He tells me, Gershy, don't ask questions. In Yiddish, he tells me. He gives me a wink with the eye. He says, this is it. I said, Rabbi Steinmetz, don't tell me this is my donor. Gershy, don't ask questions. I told you, this is it. I understood for myself, this is my donor. So I said, Rabbi Steinmetz, and there's a girl from the hospital. She's the live transplant coordinator. When it comes to live people giving kidneys for like Renewal, there's a coordinator. Her name is Melinda. And she tells Rabbi Steinmetz, says, if Gershy's asking if this is his donor, I don't think it's a good idea he should approach him. His wife is home with 2 kids. He's a young person. He's 24 years old. He may have some cold feet about donating. I don't know if you both know that. You're probably both in the medical field. You know that they give the right to the donor when he's on the bed already to back out. And I will never know why he backed out. failure, this, that, blood pressure high, low. I will not know. They will not tell me. But he has the right to refusal a minute before they cut him open. So it's not a good idea to approach him. He has a little shaky feet. And so I said, Rabbi Steinmetz, please tell Melinda, I am not going to surgery if I can't tell thank you to my donor, especially if he's here. My parents had Hakaras HaToiv, how do you say Hakaras HaToiv in English?
Appreciation.
Reciprocation, right? Hakaras HaToiv is reciprocate, right? Gratitude. So I can't go to surgery knowing that he's here and I can't say thank you. So they start talking with each other quiet. And the verdict is, don't go. I start begging. I said, if this is my donor, please, Rabbi Steinmetz. I'm telling me Yiddish. I'll make it quick. I have letters from seven. My Kinderlach wrote letters to them and say thank you. My wife wrote a letter. Let me please just give him that envelope. She goes back to her. This is Melinda. Make it quick. Go ahead. Do it. Right away when I approach him, this is where I may get emotional. And they stay there. My wife stays in the corner of the rabbi. I start going to the back corner, right side, let's call it, to this young man, this young person. As I get there, I say to him, Shalom Aleichem. My name is Gershy Moskowits. He says, who you are, I know exactly who you are. Who I am, you may have forgotten. I said, who are you? He falls on the shoulder and starts crying. Starts bawling away. For a minute and a half or two, I can't stop him from crying. And he's crying. He's literally, and I see from this eye, I see already Melinda and Rabbi Steinmetz and my wife. I told you you shouldn't do it. I see. And I'm trying to detach him, who are you? He said, you just told me you know who I am. Who are you? He tells me my name is David, the son of Shlomo Waldman, the sister of Malky Waldman. The one who I sent singers to 4 years in a row. He said, I just told Melinda and Rabbi Steinmetz I may have cold feet. I'm jumping on bed right now to give you my kidney.
Wow.
My wife saw him going to surgery. Michael. He marched his way down to surgery. Now the kicker. From age 16, he's now 24, 25. From age 16 to the age of 24, 25. By age 16, he set this organization called Townsers, a very special organization. They do special things. Zelig Friedman, I believe the name is. I hope I said it right now because I can't think straight. The Townsers organization. And he said, he went to them by age 16. He said, I want to be like Gershy Moskowitz. From age 16 to age 24, he hasn't missed a day to go to Choil Yisrael.
Wow.
To be Mesameach Choil Yisrael.
Wow.
Now, how Hashem goes
Full circle.
Whatever I missed out and didn't go, some people just go through sad days in their life, sad years in their life, but years, and we don't know why. We'll have that question, why? Why is Hashem doing it to me, or why is it happening? Hashem says, God says, relax. I'll show you the full picture. Up to my last minute before surgery, I had no idea why I had to go through this, or who's going to give me a kidney. Gershy, here's your picture, black and white. And the message to all your listeners and to everybody, be positive, stay positive, help is on the way, and he does everything. And we don't know how, what, when, or where. But you'll see it clearly the second it happens.
It's a very big gift when you get to see the circle.
The full circle.
Yes, it really is. And one of our questions we started asking our guests is, if you can send a message to the world, what would it be? That's a beautiful, beautiful message.
And my biggest message I would love to say is, go swap. Go down to Renewal office, or even Renewal goes and they say, this is not a paid podcast by Renewal or anybody. I'm saying this in my own feeling. Both of you should know that I'm saying this out of my heart. Nobody was paid to come here. It's not a fundraiser. Call Renewal office. Ask them for a swap kit. They will send you one down to the house. There's over 400 people waiting for a kidney.
That's
For the right match.
I would think it's more than that.
Again, as far as by my
400 Haimish people that Renewal is representing.
As far as I remember by my story, could be now it's
400.
I hope it's less. I hope it's nobody
too
waiting.
many. Yeah, it's
400 people waiting. Call up Renewal, swab yourself. It takes a second to swab, and there's plenty of people out there that want to give. There's Klal Yisrael. They're waiting to help. I mean, I don't know if you follow Renewal on your Insta page or Facebook page or message page. Since the last 2 years, 2 or 3 transplants a day.
Yeah.
And that's it. And swab and do the best you can.
And a very common theme that you see a lot is a lot of Hasidim that are donating kidneys. It's rampant in the Hasidic community. I'm not sure why. Can you explain that?
We're a zip code away from the biggest, can't say nation, biggest village of donations all over the world. New Square, New York.
New Square? Not Monroe? Not Kiryas
New
Yoel?
Square, New York has the most kidney donors. And I'm proud to say, I'm a Square Chesed. And the Square Rebbe is very proud of that too.
So he encourages it for his Hasidim.
Fully encourages it. And we're 2 minutes away from there. People don't know where we are, but we're literally next to Square. That's the biggest point of donation in the world of kidney donors.
Well, you're kind of saving someone's life.
Not kind of.
Not
Why
kind
kind
of.
of? Why kind of?
Literally.
Yeah.
Not only that, it's not going to just Square. It's going
all over the world.
Right. They can't dictate who it goes to, which is why it's so fascinating.
No,
that the
they can't
Square
say what's going
community
to
does
Square. We
that.
can't pick or choose.
That's
If you were
such a-
type
Are you still in contact with this person that donated your kidney?
Of course.
Like, are you?
I'm in touch. I forgot to say the line.
Yeah.
When he spoke to me, he tells me who he is. He tells me I'm Malky's sister. He says, Malky Baruch Hashem is married for 4 years and has Baruch Hashem 2 kinderlach.
Wow.
And Malky texted me a few days ago.
No way.
That she moved to Muncie.
Really?
Wow.
Baruch Hashem. I mean, Malky texted me right the whole time, before surgery,
That's
after
so
surgery.
beautiful.
And what happened? She heard from her brother, who her brother's giving a kidney to.
What an incredible story. I'm so happy that it worked out for you this way
Baruch Hashem.
because you freaking deserve it at the end of the day. You've been running around chasing goodness and kindness your whole life. And now you had somebody do an act of kindness for you.
I hope I didn't use it up for this. I mean, the whole discussion, all the merit should stay merit.
I imagine not, my friend. I imagine that you have a lot more waiting for you up there. But it's just so beautiful to see how in our community, in our extended communities, like if you're a Jew and if, religious, not religious doesn't matter, but if you're part of this nation, there's always somebody looking out for you. There's always somebody that's doing an act of kindness, showing generosity,
Correct.
having your back in such a big way where we're not just like making sure people's basic needs are being met. We're making sure that you're full of life and that you have the best amenities. Everything's available to you. You're sending singers, celebrities to go to people's houses and go sing. Like, that's not so necessary.
I don't deserve the credit because I do the pestering work. The real credit deserve the singers and the superstars.
You're coordinating
there
it.
you go.
You're coordinating it.
I mean,
That's very hard to
as
do.
You know, a few weeks ago, I traveled down with a superstar singer, Kiva Gelb. He has Brightview Optical. He has a store in Muncie, a busy optical store. Went down out of his store, traveling day with a delay.
Brightview Optical.
That's a plug
Very
in the air.
familiar, yeah.
Kiva Gelb, heart of soul, heart of gold. Went down of his store, has 6 employees in the store. The vision downstairs, vision therapy, went down to Florida. You may know the person very well. You both know the person very well.
Let me guess. Yona Lunger. No?
No,
Okay.
the person that he went for Florida with.
I went to Miami to sing for.
Who did you go to Florida
that
for?
didn't- Yeah.
A very chashuv person in Florida.
My father. He's talking,
Oh.
he's talking about my
Now
father.
let's talk about Ushi.
Get outta here. Wow.
I got a
He just,
random.
he just found that out now.
I just found it out. Yeah, he told me this right before the podcast started. I had on my chat, my family chat, where they posted a video of what I thought at the time was random people.
Mazel tov to your brother-in-law, dear brother-in-law,
Yeah.
Chaki.
Yeah, Chaki made
He
a
spoke to
shidduch.
me about your father.
Yeah.
It went to my heart. It was an 18 for Shay. I had the outside to my father. And he spoke to me, Gershy, what can you do to make my father-in-law happy? I said, I'm going to go down to
And you
Miami.
never knew who he was. You had no idea. You never met him before.
What happened
But
right
somebody
before the show?
asked you a favor. There's a person that's in Florida that's many hundreds of miles away from here. And
needs
he can use a
chesed.
little lifting
And
of his
loves
spirit.
music. Loves music.
And he loves music. He does, yes. And you hopped on a plane for a total stranger. You hopped on a plane with someone else.
With two guys.
With 2 guys.
Jimmy Locke's a keyboard guy, which slept the keyboard.
A keyboard-
I'm sorry. He plays keyboard, and I knew someone in Miami. I forgot his name now. I wish.
And
I
that
could say it.
person
He's a
hooked you
lawyer.
up with
He's
the
a
keyboard.
lawyer. Lives in Miami. He had speakers and sound,
Okay.
and he gave us the keyboard sound, helped us out, and Jimmy Locke's played keyboard, and Kiwi sang for 2-3 hours,
Wow.
from light to dark.
Amazing.
I'm amazed by this.
I know what he's talking about. I saw the video. My father's was beaming from ear
Crying.
to ear. He was,
Crying.
yeah, he loved it. He was emotional.
Father loved
yeah.
the Shiloh theater.
Yeah, he loves this. He's
Who sang for him at the end? Who did he get?
these
Kiwi
people.
Oh, that's the guy.
I produced Kiwi as well. Kiwi released 4 albums in his life, which I produced.
Yeah.
Wow.
I said to myself, if this is that Muncie guy, I spoke to the next day, we're going down to Miami.
Yeah.
In North Miami Beach, and went his father, and his mother was sitting there and singing and saying to him along.
Isn't that beautiful?
So,
And
Michael,
full circle. Talk
Yeah.
about full circle.
And now he's here on the podcast.
Wow.
remember we said we're going to talk about Ushi soon? This is the part we're talking about Ushi.
I see.
That's a musical family.
Ah,
Yeah.
see, he says he's not musical. He doesn't realize that
and
he
you know
really
who called
is.
his father every single week to say good Shabbos?
Do you?
Michal Schnitzel.
You call more than? Oh, he did. Yes.
I spoke to your father last week. I texted him how he is.
Wow.
Yeah.
Michal
Baruch
Schnitzer
Hashem.
was good friends with my father.
Yep, he told me
That's-
that.
Yeah, they
Texting
go
good
back a
Shabbos.
long ways. They go back.
Your father told me a story about we spoke about Reb Shimon
Yeah.
before. He told you about Reb Shimon Bar Yochai's story?
I don't think so.
How he wanted to get from Reb Shimon to Keres
I don't know the story.
The whole miracle happened the opposite, from Keres to Reb Shimon.
Mm-hmm.
How Hashem helped him out and he got there on Lag B'Omer.
Really?
Yeah. So this is Ushi's time of the podcast. But the bottom line is,
It's my time all the time.
I don't deserve the credit.
It's my time all
Those
the time.
singers deserve the credit.
Let me just tell you, you are incredible. You're incredible. You're a reminder, at least for me, and I'm going to throw Michael into this, that we're just awful people. We're awful people.
Okay, I'm going to pause you for a second.
No,
Ushi,
no, no. Let me finish my thought. Okay. And on this podcast particularly, we've had, I don't know, like 50 or 60 episodes, and we've seen so many people sit in that chair there. And everybody has just a story to tell, but so many accomplishments and achievements under their belt. And it's not about their personal accolades, like they accomplished this, they have this certificate, they have this degree. It's about how they've served the community in one way or another, how they've helped other people in one way or another. Everybody has, it's just amazing. It's like, who are receiving all these things? If so many people giving, who are the recipients? It's fascinating. And I don't mean it in a very condescending way. I'm not self-deprecating here to say that we're awful people, we're terrible people. Yeah, we're pretty bad, but we're just, there's so much to learn from this that we could be better. We could step up. We can do even more than we're doing. You're never good enough because there's so much goodness that's out there that's going on. There's so much to tap into, so much to learn from. I'm inspired by it. And it moves me. It moves me such a big way.
I'm going to ask you now on none of your...
I'm proud to be a part of all of this.
I'm
Just
gonna
that you're witnessing this.
I'm going to ask you on None of Your Business podcast, what are you taking upon yourself from all this chesed we just spoke to? Because you said you're awful people. This guy on my right side, Michael, which is your partner, which became my partner a few months ago in certain chasadim cases, he's busy 24/7 with mitzvahs and masam tovim, good deeds and acts of kindness. What are you taking upon yourself now on the air to Klal Yisrael, Chol Yisrael, to do an act of chesed or chasadim?
I have to think about it. I have to think about it.
No.
I don't make rash decisions.
No.
I need to think
So
about
go for
this.
minimal. Go for minimal.
I'll say this much. I certainly want to make an effort to do something, for sure. No question about it. I mean, I'm just like surrounded by so
Are you
many
going to call me
people.
back for that 1 minute here to this podcast
No,
studio?
that's not even for you. For myself. It's for
I
myself.
want to be involved with the chesed with you.
Oh, you say you want to do something together?
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Interesting. Okay. Then I definitely have to think about it. If I'm committing to someone else.
I'll just tell you that
Now I certainly
a
have
good
to.
friend of mine schlepped me along. I think I mentioned this on one of our first podcasts, and it's just very apropos to mention it now.
What number are you up to now?
We're in our 50s, but Shema
wow.
Gortzman sent me. Do you remember this stuff? You know what I'm talking about?
We've mentioned Shaman Gewurtzman at least 4 different podcasts.
Did
I
we?
think it was the episode with Gissy. I think like maybe episode 3.
Anyways, we went to a shir, and the rabbi said, take upon yourself something. It was before Rosh Hashanah that you're going to do, and you can take upon yourself and you're going to do it. And we were a whole crowd, a few hundred people. And we're all thinking, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, I'm going to daven 3 times a day or whatever. And he's like, now take that and cut it in half. And I'm like, phew, okay, I'll do what's it? Then he says, take that and cut that in half. Stick to that, and you'll be doing good in life. And that's
love
why
that.
from now
Love
on,
it.
I went to shul Shabbos only for a minute.
Wow.
That's what you took away.
helped me. It did help me.
Another thing he took upon himself was Malav Malka.
Yes.
Once a month he does.
I'm a big Malava
I think he does every week between me and you.
Yes.
I passed the house 4 times already.
I'm getting uncomfortable with you complimenting him this
Oshi.
much. I'm telling you,
Oshi,
that,
He wants you to get on the train.
I
He's
feel
telling
like
you
every
I
good thing.
asked you 2 minutes ago, take upon yourself something. I have to think about it. The first minute I asked him something, I sat in his car after, I can say where, sitting in a hot tub in a backyard in Wesley Hills. And a minute after sitting with him there, he went to look for ibuprofen. Somebody has back pain. He would look for a
Michael's okay. He's
Well,
okay.
one second. A minute after I got to know him, and we spoke about acts of kindness.
You already
he
in the
jumped-
hot tub with
he
him?
jumped-
You know him for almost
He
2
jumped
months?
out of a cup
And
of
already
wine
in
with
the
a
hot
cup
tub?
of wine and a cigar in the hot tub, talking about act of chesed. There was a chaplaincy act. He jumped out of that hot tub, but that's who he is. I asked you, give me something. I have to think about it.
Actually, by the way, you think the same thing I'm thinking. Michael went away to go to do his status.
No, we
We're
didn't
gonna
want
leave it
that.
at that.
No.
You could take it upon yourself to follow up with Oshi. I'm sure that you guys will come up with something
Michael,
that'll
you're
be
pushing me
meaningful.
aside, but I don't like this.
Well, because
You're the
he is. I'm just a partner. I got
you're
his
the
back.
Yeshiva and Chesed, and you're pushing me aside. Pushy. You're not going to like me now for this? No.
You know what, Oshi? Maybe connect the world of sports. to doing
I'll
something,
tell you this much.
know?
Very good.
Yeah.
I don't
How
know.
about taking a choyle through to a Yankee game once a month? In the summer months, take a choyle to a game.
Why am I hesitating? Think about it. Why am I hesitating? Man? Why am I not jumping on this? Saying immediately, yes, yes. I'm an awful person. That's why. You
Say
see?
yes, please.
I'm actually not a good
We're calling it
person.
the ball of chesed. We're called the ball of chesed.
The what?
The ball of chesed.
The bowl of chesed?
Yes.
What does that mean?
Take a kid to a ball game.
Oh, the bowl of chesed.
Ooh, I
You
like
just come up
this.
with that just like that?
And in
Gershy,
front of
that's
you.
really good.
Let's do that, Michael.
The chesed bowl.
Wow.
The chesed bowl.
I'm giving this to Oshi.
Okay,
I'm punting it to Oshi.
Okay, what about the funding? Can
No,
we?
no, I like it. I like
Perhaps.
it.
I'll consider
There's no
it.
game- there's no
it's
name
an
like that.
interesting idea. It's not
Let's
a bad
get the
idea.
name.
What about you pass it along? You pass the ball around. Oshi goes once to a game, and then the
Okay.
next person he chooses to
No,
go to a
but-
game.
but-
and then
Pay it
that-
forward.
Yeah.
Like the ice water
No, you
bucket
pass the ball.
challenge.
Oshi,
Pass the ball
You
around.
nominate
Oshi,
somebody
you
else.
nominate
Oshi, you'll give my
You
name.
take a kid?
You'll give my name and number. I'm giving you permission.
Yeah.
You'll sponsor the tickets. You both can are successful in the medical field.
Yeah.
You will allow 5 people a month will start. The ball of chesed. Michael, after 2 years, we're going to have a fundraiser. So I'll do the event. So
If we have to do a fundraiser, then it's not successful, in my opinion. Let's do this
I
without
agree.
fundraisers.
Oh, you
But
like to-
continue.
But you just know, okay, in my defense, and I think other people that are listening maybe have the same fear I do. I just don't know if I'm cut out for it. Meaning, you're a guy that's very outgoing, you
Michael
have a
said
great
that.
personality,
Who said?
and you know the right
Stephanie
thing to
said
say.
it. Steph said it.
I
That-
just feel a little nervous. I'm going
who
to
said
take
do it in-
a kid
who-
sick with cancer, and I'm going to take him to a bowl game. I'm not going to know what to say to him. I'm not going to know how to,
You know what's interesting?
Can I teach you? Can I teach you? We'll
Yeah.
take along a guitar to a game. After the game.
I'm just
in the
going to feel too bad.
Oshi,
I'm going to spend most of my
Oshi,
time crying in the
Oshi,
car ride up
Oshi,
there.
I'm giving you
I'm
my-
going to be more sad than the cancer
Oshi, I'm
kid
giving
is gonna
you
be.
a promise hand there. Give me a hand a second. Give me a hand a second.
Yeah.
Michael, put your hand in there. All right.
No, you do it like this, by the way. This is
Perfect,
this is the way
perfect.
you do it. This is how you
This is the Ball of Chesed organization. I'm gonna take the kid.
logo. 3 fingers.
No, it's a ball game. It's a ball and a hand, a ball and the hand in there, like the act of Chesed. The ball is in it. We're
I'm
gonna
getting
take-
uncomfortable.
Let's go.
Wait, I'm gonna lean towards. So the ball, the Chesed ball,
The ball,
and the ball
of Chesed.
the ball of Chesed, yeah, whatever it is. And
You
we're
wait
gonna
2 years
take-
from now. NBA has it on the screen.
We're gonna take a 6.
By the 7-inning stretch,
Yeah.
sponsored by the
Is it
Ball
a
of
child or
Chesed.
could it be an adult?
Adult as well.
Adult doesn't matter, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. So we
They
can.
People don't have money. They
Right.
can't take the kid. They're the handicapped kid. I'll be very honest. Okay, on the air, my brother may be embarrassed. He was in an orphanage after I believe that my mother passed away, and he was in an orphanage in Manhattan. He had screws in his foot. He had some kind of the foot was bent out of shape. Had to be put screws into it. Had to put a piece of metal.
Yeah, I've seen
Was
those.
there for a year and a half or longer in an orphanage. I was married at that point. I did the best I can to go visit him, take singers to him, etc. Etc. What I did, but I used to take him to a ball game, which a person paid the ball game for me and him to go. At that point, I took him. He was in a wheelchair. We went down the handicap ramp. I went to the inspector behind that barricade. All the players came out. My friend, his father, he actually has a sportswear company, Eisner Sportswear on Essex Street, in the East Side. He gave me a T-shirt with inspector logo here, NYPD logo. I gave it a nice gift bag. The inspector by the game. He opened the gate for me. Every single player stopped to give him an autograph.
Wow.
Giambi,
Michael-
Jason Rodriguez.
Michael, I think he's onto something. Actually, I'm starting. This idea is growing on me. I'm realizing I could take a kid
Jason
in a
Giambi.
wheelchair.
I can actually meet the players.
I get handicap parking. I get preferred parking at the
I'm sure you
stadium.
never get in your life, but
Not for me. I have
but
somebody with
we'll
me.
have for them,
I
right?
have somebody with me. I get a separate entrance, like
Correct.
a special.
And you
Oshi,
come
I think
down.
maybe stop while you're ahead, right?
we can meet the players.
No, it's fine, it's fine.
As the players are arriving, I slowly take the
As
wheelchair.
long as
that
the
pushes them
entrance-
No, they
aside.
open up for you. They don't. They have a special gate which all the players come out. That's where the ramp and the wheelchairs go out.
But you see who you're dealing with? You're dealing with the like you see where my brain's going at.
Oshi, the name, the Ball of Chesed is funded. Next week I'm calling you. I need 3 tickets for this piece. People are gonna hear this. They're gonna call me.
You want to hear something
Guys,
crazy? I'm actually going to the game
contact
next
Gershy
week.
Moskowitz,
How funny is that?
You
I'm
see what he
actually,
said?
No,
I'm
no.
actually going to a game next week, to a Yankee game next week.
and we're taking along a secret.
I was going to go with my friends, but
No,
now,
we're taking along two. We're taking
now I'm
along.
going to feel guilty. Thank you. I'm going to be at
When
the
is
Yankee
the
game
puck
next
being
week.
given?
I'm
I think
drinking
we're gonna
beer,
push
eating
it in.
popcorn. I'm like, I should really be here with some, with a
Oshi,
sick person.
And that's his. Your father's gonna have a photo for Shleima.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you. That's
Okay,
very nice.
you all know what he needs. We all know what he needs. We're not going to get into it.
Yeah.
He all needs that bowl of chesed, what we spoke about. He needs that to come around to himself again.
Okay.
What he received.
From your
he-
mouth to God's ears.
It's
All right,
done.
listen, if
It's
anyone's
done.
listening wants to get involved
You
in the
went
Bowl
out
of
of your-
Chesed, they can
The
contact
Bowl of
Ushi
Chesed.
and Gershy, and
Yeah.
we can make it happen. I think it's a
Michael,
beautiful
CEO,
idea.
Michael,
Very nice.
CEO.
I think it's a beautiful idea. I'm definitely a fan of going to a sports game. The
And I
concept
think you like
Ushi,
the name also.
the name is the best. The concept of sitting with someone and watching a game, you don't have to say a word to them, just for the record. The idea of just being
I'll
there
bring
with
them hot
them.
dogs. I'll bring them hot dogs.
You'll bring them hot dogs.
Yes.
And I think it's amazing. We're going to have to wrap up in a minute or two. You did say your message to the world, and I loved it. And I think the message is already having an effect right now, which is a beautiful thing. Do you have any questions for us?
What do you guys do for business? I know in the medical field. What do you guys do? Talk to me about
We do
that.
expense consulting for assisted living homes and nursing homes mainly, but we also do for others as well, where we evaluate all of their expenses from food to housekeeping to insurance to rehab to pharmacy. And we make sure that they're doing the best practice methods with everything they're buying. That's what we do for a living.
Ushi, they have a good business, Ushi.
We have, thank God, a very solid business. We have a dozen expense advisors around the country, led by the general manager and coach here, Mr. Ushi Schwartz, who's doing a phenomenal job.
Rabbi at this point.
And well, you know, when he implements this thing and his name comes on it, it'll
It's
be
done.
It's
He's
done
going
already.
next week.
We did the shake. So
He's
you're
going
right.
next week to game with two Chayil Yisrael.
You know what? I love it, Gershy. I'm going to hold you against it if it doesn't
Perfect.
happen. You're the
You-
kind
you
of guy
know
to make
I
it
can-
happen.
I-
I
you know
know
I can-
we've been there.
My name is not, yeah, but
We've
I
worked
can
on
push.
projects, and you can push, and we can make it happen. It's amazing, and I appreciate that. Yeah, that's what we do for a living, and
And then for the second podcast, you'll call me back. I have a whole different subject,
which is
which is maybe touching, maybe personal to a bunch of people listening, which is actually to the word of none of your business, but it's not in the act of kindness, not in the act of chesed. It's certainly in my field, and it could be in your field as well. As you said, you work in the medical field. Just like, you know, when you do a job for somebody about another person that you hire, taking away that consumer, it's like more in that Sogas Gavil area. Means that when you
Like
hire,
competition?
there's no competition. There's no. I truly believe.
explain. I'm sorry. In
If I go to Mr. Schwartz
yeah.
and he hires me for an event,
Okay.
now I have to hire my business. I have to hire a minimum of 10, 15 vendors out there.
Sure.
Now, let's say from those 10, 15 vendors, 3 are present on the place. Let it be the waiter company, the bar company, the actual person who brings the food. Now, they go to direct to that person who I call to Mr. Schwartz's party.
Big no.
That's
big
a
no-no.
whole. So we should
I see
discuss
where
that.
you're going with this. I see where you're going.
That's-
I'm not a big.
Where they cut out, basically.
The reason why I'm
the
going
broker, they cut out the person that even got
yeah.
the,
The reason why I'm saying, Michael,
yeah.
because when I was in my pekala and my tzaras that I had, I wouldn't call it tzaras. The situation Hashem put me in.
your challenge.
I was very, very challenged at that point. I was minimal working. Unfortunately, party planners, v'oid, etc., people in that thing took advantage of my situation,
Yeah.
and I lost those clients.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not crying with it. Allah is from Hashem. Everything is from the one above. Thank you, Hashem.
Yeah.
But the bottom line is, it's hurting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now he's airing his grievances. This is way more my topic. This is something I can definitely get behind.
Oh, you like the topic,
I
right?
love this topic.
yes.
So let's
I
do that on
love
separate.
this topic.
Let's-
You
Right.
could continue
And
talking
I'm
about it.
upset
It's
that
fine.
we spent an
Time is
hour and a
running
half
out.
worry.
on,
It's fine. This is an
not
important
talking
topic.
about this, but for another day, for another day.
Pushy, but this is your name.
Yeah.
None of your business. Mamish means none of your business. Why is that guy coming in to a territory that I called him in? Now, I don't sign contracts with everybody. I trust it's a handshake. It's a friendship of the consumer is a friendship, and the vendor is a friend, which I gave already. Let's call it hundreds of thousands of dollars of business.
I'll wrap up the entire second podcast in one sentence.
Go ahead.
Stop being such good friends with everybody. It's business. You got to sign confidentiality agreements. You got to sign non-competes. You got to sign exclusive agreements. And if you don't, you can't wonder why this guy, you put his hand in your pocket and you're wondering why when he took it out, he also took out a $20 bill. It's a lesson I
love it.
learned a
I
long
love it
time
very
ago.
much you're saying.
So
I
I'm
love
just saying you have to learn how to be a little bit more on top of your agreements and your arrangements and let the vendors know in advance and let the customers know you cannot go to my vendors. I'm going to divulge them to you. And they're my proprietary information, it's my business intelligence. My advice to you and anyone listening is not to cry about it, but to do something about it and to actually bring vendors that are exclusive to you and keep the relationships going. And then if they don't do what's menschlich, there's nothing you can do and move on. I just built a beautiful pergola in my backyard.
Which I saw.
One of those new ones that the people are putting with the doors and that open and the slats on the top open. I have several friends that have been waiting over a year with thousands of dollars in deposits that it didn't happen.
It comes from Egypt somewhere.
Hasn't been delivered. It's from Turkey.
Turkey.
It hasn't been delivered. So they've been asking me for the hookup. Now, I could have circumvented the person that brought it to me and went straight to the Turkey guy, but of course I didn't.
Because you're tzaddik. You're a
Well,
mensch.
not because that.
No, I know who you are.
Because it's business and it has to make sense. And I just told the guy in Brooklyn, shout out to Dove from Brooklyn Deck and Patio, who helped arrange this business partner of his from Turkey. And I connected them, and hopefully they're going to figure out their challenges and get it done. So that's what I would say to do when it comes to
I love
vendor
what you said, and I'm going to get down to do it.
Yeah, yeah.
Gershy?
My advice?
Yes?
I'm going to go with what Michael said. I mean, that's our business model in general. If you're going to introduce one of your sub vendors to the end user, to your customers, to your clients, you got to make them sign that before you introduce them.
Should I have that?
Now,
in the
you
bottom?
could never go after this client ever again. You could never service them without me. It has to flow through me.
But-
Otherwise, you can't service them. Otherwise, I'm not hiring you.
So my question is, so it should be a one-time form.
Yeah.
And to my consumer, on the proposal on the bottom in small words, you have to sign.
It's
for the
more
job.
important that your relationship is strengthened with your vendor,
Right.
than with the consumer.
The
'cause
customer
does
doesn't have
come
to
and
be
go.
part of this.
The
It's
vendor
really
is the
your
most
vendor
important
that
part.
has to be
Yeah.
a part.
You
that
have to
has
create
sign
that
for you.
solid relationship.
True.
Yeah.
But I've had consumers too.
Yeah, it happens. Listen,
Which
at the end of the day, it is.
I spend my.
Again, this covers that too. If the consumer tries to solicit this person directly, he can't, because he has a contract with you that he can't do business with this customer anymore unless it's coming through your discretion.
Very well said.
That's all. That's
Actually,
what
everything
gotta
you
do.
said today was very well said. The Siyum HaShas, the Shlomi Gertner, to the music, to the Malka song, by the way. Wow, amazing.
Amazing
Listen,
story. That
Yossi
was a
Green.
phenomenal story.
Yossi Green and all the
Excellent
background,
story.
amazing. Before we let you go, of course, you have a list of names that you said that you would suggest on the podcast. Anyone that sticks out that you say that person has to sit here, or we're going to go back to what
Depending
you
which
said
field
earlier?
we're going to go to.
Whatever field you want that you feel would fit well in this chair.
I definitely feel, once I saw yesterday your your podcast, you're missing a bunch in the entertainment field.
Okay.
It's very in the business field, which is corporate. It's needed.
Sure.
No one does the podcast you do, and the professional Ushi and Michael have, Michael Ushi and Steph behind the mic.
See what you did? He gave us all a compliment now. Together. He made his rounds. He made his rounds. Then he tied a bow around
By
it.
podcast number 2 of Gershy Moskowitz,
Yeah.
you'll have ChatGPT again. Michael's going to say, he's going to say giving thank yous to none of your business.
Professional complimenter.
Yeah, exactly. I am that way.
Who's your pick?
MBD.
I don't know if he'll come.
Huh?
I don't know. Who's your pick? Not Ushi's pick. Who's
I
your
would
pick?
definitely say it would be a great schmooze, and he's in your field as well. Rabbi Yossi Green.
Rabbi
Oh,
Yossi Green.
Love that.
You want to call him and ask him?
We
On the live
love
on the air?
that.
Sure.
Yes, please.
To do a live on
Yes.
That.
This episode, again, has been produced by the Prime Source team. Thank you, everyone, for liking, subscribing, commenting, getting involved. We'll give
Also,
you.
thank you to Michael for coming back from his extended vacation so we can actually record a podcast.
Let's just be clear for a
We
second.
appreciate the fact that he finally came back.
Let's
Thank
just
you.
be clear for a second. I don't go on vacation. I live my life like a vacation.
Yeah.
So what you do is it's all a mental status. It doesn't matter if you're in Florida, in LA, in
A
Israel, in
vacation
Texas.
from your vacation.
No. I do get to vacation, and that's coming up, by the way, for the record.
Oh, there's another one coming?
It's the only one. But the rest of the time, I'm working for my phone. I'm working at the pool. I'm working at the beach, in the hot tub, in the hospital, in the nursing home, and everywhere in between.
Hey, Rabbi Yossel. I'm next to 2 Chushuva people here. Michael Greenfield and someone Ushi Schwartz. They both know you and both bigger fans than me. So being that I spoke a lot of Lashon Hara about you on this podcast, they want to ask you a question.
You want to ask him a question?
No.
We asked Reb Gershy who he would recommend to sit in the seat, and we said we spoke about you so much, it has to be you. What do you think?
Okay, with great pleasure. What are you going to talk to me about? Not business.
What are we not going to talk to you about? We have so much to talk to you about. We have a lot.
Excellent. My pleasure. Thank you,
We'll
Michael.
see you
It's
soon.
It's good to talk to you.
Same here. Be well. Atzlacha.
Okay, beautiful. He confirmed.
Wow. Gershy, you're pulling through. You're pulling through on a new Chesed organization. You're pulling through on, to imagine just a few weeks ago you were going viral on a speech, and here we are. Look at the work
Another
that we're
speech.
doing together. Another speech and another mic, and this was amazing. Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. We appreciate
Thank you
everyone's
for-
support.
Thank you for having me, Michael.
Yes.
Ushi, thank you. Steph,
It's
thank
hard
you so
to
much.
thank you, by the way, because
I have to say thank you.
you're always busy thanking us. I can't thank
That's a
you.
fact, that's
Can
a
I just
fact.
thank you? Just say you're welcome.
You know the word Venosnu? The word Venosnu,
Right.
when you give the tzedakah,
Yeah.
goes backwards and forwards.
Sure.
So that's it.
Sure.
You know how to give, you got to know how to take.
Gershy, thank you.
My biggest pleasure.
There you go.
Biggest
That's it.
hatzlacha.
That's it. That's a wrap.
Wow.